Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boys, the Beats, Bars, and Bourbon Boys. We back again.
Yes,
we
sir.
got a special guest with us. We're at a special location. This is a historic landmark in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. The official first New Balance store, especially this sneaker in particular. If anybody know anything about the 990, if you a Washingtonian or you came to D.C., this is the first place you got it. But who better to share the conversation with than a DC historian himself, a curator of the culture of DC.
Yes, sir. That's right. Coming with the facts.
Listen, a movie producer. Listen, and so much more that I can't even speak on right now that's going on with this brother, Mustafa Tariq.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, brother?
Well, I appreciate y'all, man.
man.
Welcome to
Honor,
Beats,
it's an honor, man. Thank you for coming to Prince and Princess, man.
Mr. DC decades in this motherfucker.
No question.
Mr.
No
DC decades in the building, y'all.
That's love.
So we're at Prince and Princess. Fellas, we got together because we got an amazing event that we've been able to capture like lightning in a bottle, right? Coming up in 2 weeks, May 31st at Metro Bar. By the way, if folks don't know that, that's the #1 rated DC bar and the #1 rated outdoor bar in DC. They 3 years running. We doing everything under the sun at this event. Why not do it at the best outdoor bar in the city?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Excited about it. But today we gonna celebrate Prince and Princess, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so excited that these guys are sponsors. Excited that DC Decades and Mustafa sponsors for this event. Man, I'm excited, fellas.
Hey, and look, all I know as Baltimoreans, me and my brother used to come down here when we was 15, 16 years old
On the Mark train.
And I will say this as a Baltimore guy, we didn't have some of the flavor that y'all got.
Hey, man.
Yeah. We had some flavor.
That's keeping it real. That's keeping it real, man.
But the flavor, you had to come down here to get certain shit.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
If I'm not lying, man, we came down here and copped our butter soft levers.
Absolutely.
And most importantly, man, this nostalgic is out of this world. If I'm fucking lying, tell me where y'all gonna find the fucking Mobb Deeps. The Mobb Deep templates. Come on, man. Where you're not even find these online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Look, classics.
You know what I mean?
Classics.
Getting your balls here, your little
look,
felines and all that.
All that. And it's still here, right? And
here.
that's what I love about Prince and Princess. So to pivot to that real quick, just to talk a little bit of the history of Prince and Princess. Mustafa, you better suited to give us that background, man. Like how long Prince and Princess been around?
So yeah, the whole Georgetown shopping district is historic, period. So, man, when we started coming down here and we were 11, 12, 13 years old back in 81, 82. You know what I mean? That's when we discovered, because the location has moved a couple of doors up, needed a bigger location.
That's right.
But the original store was right here at 1400, right on the corner. You're right on that corner, so everybody knew, right?
Yeah.
And the wall has been, this wall of shoes is just evolved, of course.
Right.
But we had so many varieties of tennis shoes, you know what I mean? But the original 990 grade New Balance is where this is the store we were introduced to that shoe.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know what I mean? So it's like, and then back then, you could haggle with Paul as the leader. You know what I mean? They brother and sister.
How about
You know
that?
what I
Let's
mean?
pause there for a second. How many of y'all used to think that the owners of Prince and Princess was married? Did y'all know that
a
they
lot
was
of people.
siblings? You know what I'm saying?
They said it.
So they true siblings. They go at each other. They show you much love. They've always loved our community and loved us. Always looked out for us. So they knew we had them summer checks that wasn't that much.
Right.
$25.
Right. That's
You know what I mean? So we're gonna come in here and haggle. And so those 990s, the ones that could afford them, that had to sacrifice maybe 2 checks to get those 990s at that time.
Right.
Whatever the price was, they might give you like $30 off. You know what I mean?
And you know what,
Like,
sis?
or put you on a little payment plan or something like
what
that.
I'm saying?
But you were gonna walk out with those
Sis would
shoes.
take some shit off of my bills
So you
sometimes.
know it ain't no bull.
Ain't no
Ain't no
bullshit.
bullshit.
And you know what? That's the dope part about the mom and pop thing compared to the bigger corporate.
The gentrification now, where these stores are corporate. You know what I mean? That's why the nostalgia of this. They don't even have a website, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I allow them to do that because it's like you don't want to mess up. You got to come. You got to
Come and find your finds.
Something to be
You
said
got to
for
come
them
down here.
stuff.
Something. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
got to keep something.
Yeah.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
For sure.
So
That's right.
it's-
Keep something to style.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's a good thing to kind of we try to pass that down to the, the future generations. Like, get out the house, man, get off the computer. Y'all already on the game so much.
Go in there and embrace this moment in time. Exactly. Find something you like. Yo, I can't believe they'll never understand what it feels like to go out and about and be
that
shopping
interaction
and find, and then buy some plates.
Like, dang, you know what I mean? So
it's the same.
It's a beautiful thing, and we appreciate it. We appreciate that. Some people still get it, you know what I mean? We got our older heads that's gonna always
gonna get it.
They go always.
It's a gym for them. It's a gym for them.
It come down to hear the old stories, and every time somebody come in that they ain't seen in a long time, hey, that might be they done a bid for 20 years. They still can come in here. They don't forget a face. You know what I mean? They like, hey. Yeah. Good to see you. Hey, how you been? And it makes people feel good.
It does.
Remember, it makes you feel special, and you are special. You know what I mean? Because they just didn't take your money. You know what I mean? They wanted you to support you and look out for you, just like a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's even crazier as an older God, as an older person, you can come in here and find stuff from your childhood or your teenage years, which gives it that much of an impact in this area right here. You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's super sweet, man.
And then there's something to be said for a business that's been around that long.
Man.
When they open up?
1982. 1982.
Unbelievable. Coming up on 50 years.
Man, what?
That's crazy. You gotta know something about.
Let's give it up for that, y'all.
And I mean, it's so many stores we have seen. So many stores that we have seen close. Racket and Jog, Moss Brown. You know what I mean? Players of Georgetown. These stores, Sweat Styles across the street. You know what I mean? Nations, the jewelry store. I mean, it's been so many. Nationals, I'm sorry. There's been so many stores that have closed around this, and they just they stuck in there.
They here, going on like you said, crazy. Approaching 50 years, but that doesn't happen unless you're doing something right.
No question.
Right. To your point earlier, like they've been fair with the community, they've been involved with the community, and that's why I appreciate the fact that they involved with us for this event.
Right.
We coming around damn near 50 years later since they opened, talking about the historic 990 sneaker, talking about the New Balance sneaker, and they're part of an event in 2025. So, listen, when you're an historic landmark and you create a nostalgic environment and atmosphere for people that appreciate that experience, you pay it forward.
Yeah.
You pay it forward.
That first one, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't gonna bullshit you. That first event, like, goodness gracious. I mean, people showed up and showed out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Sure
did that.
Listen.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Listen, I need you. I need you to know.
Got the memo.
Listen,
they got the memo.
I need you to know why the brothers are here. It wouldn't have been complete without you.
Oh, man,
just understand. Killer Cal,
man.
Biggs, Big G. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't have kicked off. So now that we laid that groundwork, we right here today.
That's beautiful.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
And listen, already the reverberation from this whole situation is out there.
Out there.
Everybody
the love is there.
People been hitting me up. People been hitting me up.
Love
You know,
is
they having trouble getting to the link. Look, I copy and paste the link and send it right to the DM. Like, hey,
they want to contact you, man.
Y'all just want to talk,
with DC. Get the link. All right, man.
Let me ask y'all this though, as DC heads, why do you think the event resonated like that?
Oh, that's easy. New Balance culture in DC. Well, first of all, there's so many of us that never thought New Balance would leave out of DC or Baltimore. You know what I mean? It's like the area, we so close. You know what I mean? 45 minutes away or whatever. But going all the way up the East Coast and the West Coast and
I'm in Philly.
Across the world.
They rocking them in Philly.
Come on now, let's be real. They was not wearing them back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, like it's crazy to see the impact New Balance has had, and it makes us proud because it feels
we
like
popularized.
It feels like we created the culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
So I think that's an excellent point. Is that we know the impact we had on the culture that it is today, popularizing a New Balance sneaker.
So there's a pride.
Absolutely.
Involved in that.
It's a native pride in terms of fashion, culture. But I would say in addition to that, like for me, the resurgence of New Balance too. Like, give them credit, right? Like we
The
play
resurgence.
Yeah, the resurgence of New Balance and them kind of like reinventing themselves with different styles. I mean, shout out June Sanders and the
Shout
things he's
out
done as
June, man.
creative design director with DTLR. He's done some amazing work with collaborations with New Balance. So bringing in natives from Washington to help them kind of reinvent themselves with new cool ideas. They still came to the culture for that.
And New Balance is recognized. New Balance has come, and they it's not like they haven't recognized. You know what I mean?
Because some brands be
They
arrogant
still are. They still are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to say New Balance is super fly for bringing back that retro feel. You know, going back and going forward and going back again. Like a lot of the retro joints are fly. By the way, in Princes and Princess right now, I'm looking at probably 60, 70, 80 different pairs. This wall. I'm looking at 80,
the wall off the chain.
80 different pairs of New Balance. And I'm telling you,
wall's crazy.
DTLR is not flooded like this. Foot Locker's not flooded like this.
No, the dedication to the New
dedication.
Balance sneaker here. Come on, man.
Come on now.
Look, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because if you ain't got your sneakers for the event, this is a commercial. It's a fake commercial. If you don't have your sneakers for the shameless plug for the May 31st extravaganza at Metro Bar, get your ass down to Princess on Wisconsin Avenue. Get you some of these New Balance. The wall is ridiculous.
7 days.
Absolutely.
7 days.
And look,
You know what I'm saying?
because some
The
people,
Lord's Day and all. Come on now.
I had a couple people tell me, I'm gonna come out, but I ain't got no New Balance. No. If you come and you ain't got no New Balance, what we gonna do? What y'all saying? We gonna Joan on? We gonna do? We gonna fry.
We're gonna fry.
They gonna fry. If you ain't got the New Balance,
You're gonna be on the. We're gonna put the bozo music behind you on the sneaker cam.
So come out, come to Prince and Princess, grab your New Balance.
Yes, sir.
The accent wall is crazy.
Accent wall.
Yeah.
Crazy. Check this out, man. The 998 is such a classic shoe, man, especially what J. Crew did in collaborations with these. I had several pair of these. And right now, if you go online, eBay or whatever, some of these New Balance go up to like $900, $800, $700, $1,000. So 998 is just my pick, man. These
They cold. They cold.
Tough. Definitely tough.
They cold, man. Look, I'm a Laker guy, and sometimes you gotta go bright. Like these, I mean, look at these. These is just classic LA Laker fans.
James Bird.
That's the form right there.
These
That's
are
Jay Word.
Listen.
The Pat
It's a
Rob.
classic 550. Listen, people will go past the sneaker and think, oh, because it's on sale, maybe it ain't popular. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all always gotta follow trends. You gotta pick what everybody
We
picks.
used to create the trend.
That's what we're supposed to be doing.
You know what I mean?
You can hook.
It's hard to follow it just because you can do your own thing with it.
Listen, I'm gonna hook this up with something because I know I'm a Laker guy. Listen, I don't care what nobody think. I don't know why they got it next to this Celtic green though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Birds.
Why they got it next to the birds over there? You know what I'm saying? They cold though. Them greens cold.
Don't ever disrespect the 550. Shout out to James
And what
Word.
y'all think about men with the painting?
I'm alright with that. I ain't disrespecting.
But I've been addicted to not this 90-60 lately. You know what I'm saying? Real, tell them,
Real
man.
A man that's secure with himself with his pick.
You know who you are.
No, you know what though? These is funky though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know I can do it. You know what I mean? I can do it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
even for women though, I mean, I can't beat that.
That's a unisex sneaker.
Unisex. It's
a
either way.
unisex
You can go either way, but that 90-60 just saying something, man. I can't stay.
You said, look, what you got them on now?
I got them on now, bro.
You got them on now.
Say, if you had to pick brother on the wall, where you at with yours? New school, old school?
What are the joints you picked up? Because that would be the one that I would want. What was it?
It was
The 998s.
No, that's not. I'm not.
It wasn't. It was
574.
574. Yeah.
Fours.
Old school, comfortable.
And look, my eye joint used to be the 575.
Yeah.
Same color, little difference in the
Design,
design, but the 575s used to be that's
Classic.
I'm telling you,
Polo
bro.
sweatsuit.
You know what I'm saying?
With the finished touch.
Yeah.
It's so many.
It came out right after the 995.
Right. Yeah, man. So, like, listen, I can't say it enough. I'm excited for it. We're just 2 weeks away from this event.
2 weeks.
RSVPs is through the roof.
Through the roof.
We certainly going to eclipse the numbers from last year. So, if you were there last year, this year, we eclipsing that experience. But we've also made sure that we did some special things for you this year.
Super
It's gonna be
special.
super dope.
What we got, Steve?
Man, listen, we got all kind of activations. This year, we're going to do something different. It's an interactive trivia. I don't want to give anything other than that. You be there to experience and you'll see what I mean.
Funky.
Right. But as true, like, real
New Balance connoisseurs.
Yeah.
You going these questions that we came up with? You gotta know your history.
You gotta know your history.
Curated shit.
Interactive trivia gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Then we gonna have, our own version of an exhibit, a museum, so to speak. Right? Our own iconic sneaker exhibit, which would be dope. We got Uncle Nearest on board,
Uncle Nearest is on
Uncle
board.
Nearest.
Shout out Uncle Nearest.
For those that don't know, that was
Uncle.
the first official Spirit that sponsored our first ever event.
Yes,
Uncle
sir.
Nearest.
Absolutely.
So it's only right that we continue to party with them and collaborate with them. So Uncle Nearest will be there. They'll have specialty cocktails. Shout out to Chrissy Sheffy. She's a special bartender. She'll be there. She does a lot of amazing work here. She's a native Washingtonian. So she'll be crafting up some craft cocktails, Uncle Nearest joints, as well as the tasting table. What else we got going on?
We got the $5 raffle. A $5 raffle ticket can win you a New Balance sneaker that doesn't exceed $200 of your choice.
$5 for $200 pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What else we got going on? We got DJ. We got Wild Child DNA.
Oh yeah.
DJ.
DNA.
We got DJ Crank. What else we got? We got amazing food vendors that's gonna be out there. Food trucks. We got Who Wants Smoke.
Man, we got June Sanders there with
Smoke
us.
off the chain.
Who Wants Smoke them oysters off
Oh
the
man, that thing was
Yeah.
crazy.
we got June in the building.
Yeah.
We got June.
Shout out to Views Workshop.
Yeah.
Shout out to June Sanders, the creative director and designer for DTLI. Y'all know we got a mural of him on 9th Street. Go down there on 9th Street, man. My man on the side of the DTLI building. Listen.
We'll have Beach Bars and Bourbon merch there.
It's gonna be crazy. Shout out to all the vendors that are gonna be there.
Yeah.
Entertainment, activations.
And the backdrop is Metro Bar. It's just funky anyway.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
You wanna be there.
it's everything.
What else you need? So look,
Everything.
make sure when you get out there, you drink responsibly. It's always quality over quantity,
Yes, sir.
and you gotta be legal to follow us.
Drink
All right?
more water.
Drink that water. Drink
Stay
that water.
hydrated. Peace.
Peace.